Major League Baseball's long history is filled with dramatic moments, but one thing they all have in common is the substance that was applied to the baseballs before they were put into play. Brook Silva Braga is here with more on that. Good morning, Brook.
Good morning, Dana. Well, if you're ever lucky enough to snag a Major League Baseball like this one my 4-year-old came away with from Fenway Park this summer, the first thing you notice is that it is not gleaming white like a new ball. Before every game, dozens of game balls are rubbed with mud. And long beforehand, that mud is dug up by hand by one man. At the end of a suburban street, somewhere in New Jersey. How often are you out here?
At least once a month.
Jim Bintliff led us through the woods. This is the spot. At the bank of a tributary of the Delaware River.
Gotta watch it step down.
We reached Jim's own strange secret field of dreams. What's so good about this mud?
The geology of this area is unique.
We had promised not to reveal the exact location. My boot might be staying in New Jersey. And when his assistant no-showed, agreed to help with the work. Here, you want me to bring the bucket over?
Yeah.
At the end of his shovel, the peculiar mud jiggled like pudding.
What I want is the sediment that is a mixture of clay and sand.
For 3 generations, Jim's family have been the only people carefully harvesting the only substance legally applied to Major League Baseballs. Do you remember your first time coming out here?
First time I ever shoveled mud, I was 9 years old.
And who brought you out?
With my grandfather.
The story of the mud starts with tragedy. In 1920, Ray Chapman was fatally hit in the head by a pitch with an old, dark ball. Baseball soon mandated new balls for each game, but they came slippery from the factory. In search of a better grip, Lena Blackburn, a Major League player and coach, found this special mud by his New Jersey home. Before long, it was the Major League standard.
Lena Blackburn and my grandfather were childhood friends. They used to fish and swim around here. When Lena found the need for the mud in baseball, he and my grandfather would come out and do this.
Blackburn eventually turned the business over to his friend, who turned it over to his son, who turned it over to Jim.
It's a gift. I love this.
This ain't gonna be easy. But hauling 45-pound buckets of mud back through the woods is no walk in the park. Jim eventually plans to pass down the grueling business to his daughter and son-in-law.
The next time a pitcher grabs a ball, doesn't like the seams, and throws it in the crowd, I'm going to take personal offense.
I don't.
Cha-ching!
But the charming, homespun nature of Lena Blackburn baseball rubbing mud, still processed exclusively in Jim's garage, is a bit out of step with the modernized, optimized direction of today's game.
It's a romantic story, it's great, but it's 2022. We got to find a better way to treat the baseballs.
Last year, Major League Baseball cracked down on the equally old tradition of pitchers sneakily using foreign substances on the ball.
And that hit him.
This year, coincidence or not, pitchers complained the balls were too slippery.
The MLB has a very big problem with the baseballs. I mean, they're bad. Everyone knows it. Every pitcher in the league knows it.
What did you make of people complaining about the balls being slippery this year?
All I could tell them is not my mud. My mud has not changed.
But in response to the complaints, last month MLB announced new league-wide standards for exactly how to apply the mud.
I spread it in my palms.
Which is meant to remove the factory gloss without leaving behind easy-to-grip scratches.
All they do is they'll massage it around.
At least, that's how it works for now. Other grip substances have reportedly been auditioned this year in the minor leagues. Did you worry at all about them not wanting to use the mud anymore?
That would bother me if they decided not to. There's a couple words I'd have for them, but it wouldn't kill me.
In addition to the big leagues, Bintliff ships mud to many minor league, college, and even high school teams as well. The latter can get by on one small $25 jar per season. For most of his life, Jim worked as a short-order cook. His dad was a carpenter, his grandfather a baker. But this unique family side hustle has managed to sprinkle a dusting of the bint lifts onto the fingertips and bat barrels of every baseball moment you're likely to remember.
Does it still register to you when something big in the sport happens? Guy hits a record-breaking home run, wins the World Series,
Yeah.
that your mud's on the ball.
Yes. Yeah, that's why I do it. You know, I ain't getting rich here. That's why I do it.